Hello, welcome to Tricky IELTS. I'm sure you'll be fine. In this video, I'll share tips and tricks related to true, false, not given, which is one of the most frequently asked questions in IELTS reading module because most students find true, false, not given challenging, due to which they're unable to secure higher bands in IELTS reading module. Stay here and watch this video till the end in order to get higher band in IELTS reading module. First, I'll share tips and tricks, and at the end of this video, I'll share a passage and I'll show you that how you'll find out the answers of the given question. Whenever you are dealing true, false and not given, so do not read the passage first. It would be better to read the question first. If you are reading the question first, you will be able to find out the answers in a short span of time. If you are reading the passage first, it will take much time, and you will be running short of time and you will be unable to find maximum answers correct. Therefore, always read the question first. I'll suggest you to read two questions and underline keywords in both the question and write them atop the passage. So whenever you are reading two questions and you are writing the keywords which you have pointed out in the given questions atop the passage, so it will help you to find out the answers in a short span of time, and it will save your time. Keep in mind the answers come in order in the passage. This means that the answer to question 1 will be around the first paragraph, answer to question 2 comes after that, and so on. For example, if you find the answers of question first in first paragraph, so there is no need to read the first paragraph or question second. You should read the second paragraph or question second, and so on. So the answers are in sequence, that's why no need to read the paragraph which you have already read out for question 1 or second. Whenever you are dealing true, false and not given, so target names of people, place and numbers. Whenever you are reading paragraphs or question, in both you should target names of numbers and places name, so it will help you to find out the answers in a short span of time. Be careful of adverb of frequency. Always, often, occasionally, and usually. Adverb of frequency can change meaning of sentence. For example, I usually read books on Sunday is very different to I occasionally read books on Sunday. So be careful whenever these adverb of frequencies are present even in the paragraph or in the question. Do not ignore phrases like all, some, many, and the majority. For example, all students are happy, some students are happy. Now these two statements are totally different, so you have to be very careful whenever such phrases are present in the question or in the paragraph. Pay specific attention to these words: know, suggest, believe, claim, and say. For example, there are 4 dogs in the room, and there are almost 4 dogs in the room is totally different as compared to the first statement, so be very careful. Do not only compare words, concentrate on synonyms and sentence structure. Means whenever you are dealing true, false and not given, so do not compare words of the question with words of the paragraph. Try to concentrate on synonyms and sentence structure. Modal words change meaning of the sentence. Be very careful about that. For example, they are students and they may be students. Now these two statements are totally different, so try to concentrate whenever you are comparing a question with the paragraph. So there must be helping word or modal word, or if you find that there are if you get a modal verb in the question and there is helping word in the paragraph, so meaning will be totally changed. So be careful about that. For example, now I'll show you that how you will apply these tricks whenever you are dealing the passage in the real exam. For example, I got a passage that some smoke alarms are now a standard feature in Australian homes and are required by the National Building Codes in any recently built properties. They are installed to detect the presence of smoke and emit a rare sound to alert you in the event of fire to give you time to escape. Now, the statement like this, so I have underlined words means are required. So for example, I got this passage, so means before reading this passage, what I'll do, I'll just read the question first. I will read the question, and after reading the question, I'll underline keywords in the question. For example, all new houses. Now I have underlined this, or I have highlighted this. In Australian, must have smoke alarm. So now I got here a modal verb, must have, which means essential. Therefore, what I'll do like this, that if I compare that are required by the national building codes in any recently built property, it's mean that smoke alarms are too much important. So if you have smoke alarms in homes, so means that is the requirement from the government side. Therefore, I have underlined means the keywords in the given questions. And if I just compare the statement of the question with the this given passage, so means the answer is true. Why? The reason is that means if there is any type of property, there must means that must have a smoke alarm. So my answer is true. Like this, you will means highlight keywords in the questions. For example, another example I'll give you. That for example, here is the passage, but before reading the passage, I'll just move to the question, and the question is like this, that photoelectric smoke alarm cost less than ionization smoke alarms. So means if I just compare this statement with the passage, like my keyword is photoelectric smoke alarm cost less than ionization smoke alarm. So now you will get confusion. Confusion is like this, that here means in the passage they mention that ionization alarms are the cheapest and most readily available. So now means my keywords in the question is photoelectric, and here I got in the passage ionization. And if I just get means my keywords here, so the keyword is photoelectric alarms are more effective. Now means photoelectric alarms are effective, they are not the cheapest. But in the question, what is there? Means all keywords and everything is present, but the statement is different. Like photoelectric smoke alarm cost less than ionization, where in the passage there is nothing about that photoelectric is expensive or ionization. So ionization one is cheap one if you just read the passage again. So means the statement, the keyword is present in the passage, but the statement is totally different. That's why this the answer of this question is false. Now, if I just read means this one question, that it takes a short time to fit most smoke alarms. Now I got the question that it takes a short time to fit smoke alarms. If I just read the passage, that most means battery powered smoke alarms can be installed by the homeowner and do not require professional installation. Now if I just compare the statement that means for the installation of these smoke alarms there is no need of any professional, but in the question they are talking about time, that it takes a short time, where in the passage there isn't anything which they have discussed about time. So means the statement smoke alarm word is present there, but there is means no information about time in the passage, and that's why the answer of this question is not given. So means the points which I have shared with you, it's your duty to practice on the given points. If you just practice on the given points, I'm sure that you'll be able to get all answers correct whenever you are dealing true, false, and not given, or yes, no, not given. I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you for watching.